Hey everyone, marhaba. Today we are going to see everything about how to write the letter Alif in all its positions in the word. Alif is very simple. If you want, it's just a stick. It doesn't need curves or anything. The only thing is that when we write Alif, we do it from the top down. So a straight stick, there's nothing. Then what identifies Alif as a letter is the Hamza. When Hamza is placed on the stick, that is when the letter is identified as Alif. The sound is actually the Hamza. The pronunciation of the letter Alif is this thing, the Hamza. Otherwise, it's not the letter Alif. We can find the Hamza in other places. We can find it on waw, we can find it on ya, or on something called nabra, which is the body. The Alif stick is actually the support, and the sound is the Hamza. So the first form of Alif is this form, in the isolated position. You can find it isolated at the beginning of the word, or isolated in the middle of the word, or at the end. Then we have this other form of Alif, which you can find in the middle or at the end of the word. We start from the bottom and go up. We always start from the bottom because this means that before there was another letter in this part. It can be any letter. It can be ba, it can be jim, it can be sin. So when we have this ending like this on one side, it can be to the left or to the right. It means that before there was a letter attached to the letter Alif. So we have this form of Alif in the middle or at the end. You just finish a letter and then you go from the bottom up, okay? So you go up and then Hamza. So you finish writing a letter and then from the bottom up, okay? So you go up and then Hamza. I forgot to mention the initial shape like the one we saw before, but it carries the Hamza down. When the Hamza is down, we know that the sound coming up from there is E or A. Now let's look at another way. It occurs only when there is a letter Lam before. When we put Lam and Alif together, Lam first and then Alif, in theory it is understood that it would be written like that, but no. It's a common mistake that students, when they start studying Arabic, write it like this, but it's not like that. This happens only with the letter Lam that comes before it. The correct way is when you have the letter Lam, we write the letter Alif from the top down diagonally next to the letter Lam. And then we put the Hamza on top of the Alif stick. You are going to see it either on the internet or at school. It is written like that. We are not going to learn it like that because it comes out ugly. We are going to learn it in this easier way. Lam, Alif. We write it from top to bottom, diagonally, and put the Hamza. Okay? To recap everything we have seen with the letter Alif, you have the first isolated form, which is found at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the word. Okay? You have this normal shape of a stick with the Hamza. This if the vowel is an A or if the vowel is an O or U. And then you have another one that is the same with the Hamza below with the vowel E or E. The short vowels in Arabic. You have the O and the U that are written with this symbol called Dhamma. Then you have the vowels E and A with what is called Kasra. Therefore, in the case of the Hamza above, it can be an O or U or A. And with the Hamza below, it is E or A. Then you have the second form of alif, which comes from the bottom line of the letter in its position in the middle or at the end of the word. It is written from the bottom up, and from there we put hamza. Then we have the other form, which comes only in case there is a letter lam before alif. So from above we write the letter lam, then diagonally from above we put the letter alif, and then we put the hamza. Then there is another form of alif that we have not seen here. It looks like the letter ya, but I really recommend that you leave it until the end of studying the letters, since it's similar to the last letter in the alphabet, the letter ya, okay? In the case of alif, when written this way, it refers to a long vowel, the sound a in most cases. Thanks for watching. مع السلامة.